Today on Nathan and Landon Do Business, we write an email to Bob Chapo Chapek. That's what they call him, right?
Yeah, that's what his friends call him.
El Chapo. Yeah,
because he's a drug lord on the side. So
exactly. That's how he rose to prominence.
Yeah.
being El Chapo. Hi there, I'm Bob Chapek. You might know me as the CEO of Disney or a drug dealer who murders people. Anyways, yeah, we just got to dove right into this as we always do.
Yeah.
So I got excited. I want to talk about El Chapo. So welcome. If you're one of the outside of the 20 people who watch this program, you've tuned in to Nathan and Landon Do Business. It's a business podcast featuring me, Landon, and my counterpart, the one, the only Midwestern meteorologist. It's Nathan.
How's it going? That's me. Just surveying the weather across the Midwest.
Yeah. What's the weather got in store for us?
Hot.
That's the weather forecast we want to hear. What's the weather like this weekend? Hot.
We're dying. I would love to be a meteorologist on a local news station. Like, that is the gig right there.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
And they just cut to me. It's hot. All right. Moving on to sports.
No, I'm not done. I need to describe to you exactly how hot it is. People are jumping out of tall windows to cool down by the breeze on the way down.
Anyway, if you're wrong, like, what are they going to do? Weather's fickle,
Whoopsie. Today's weather, whoopsie. So that'll be our next episode, is seeing how we can secure our position in that wonderful world of Midwestern advertising. You got to forgive me. I'm having a rough time with enunciation today, Nathan. So feel free to mock me relentlessly the next time I mess up a word or a phrase. I need it and I deserve it.
I'm going to go back to the podcasts.
Podcasts.
It's like our mascot. We have a podcat.
The podcasts. Yeah. That'd be a cool name for like a jazz trio if we ever decide to do that. We're the podcasts.
Yeah. Or like an up and coming third string baseball team that's being sponsored by Slacker Radio or something. The podcasts.
Yeah. We're the podcasts. Sha-sha. It just feels like after you say the podcasts, you have to do some kind of sassy flourish.
Yeah.
We're the podcasts. Yeah.
Jazz hands.
Something like that. So yeah, we've introduced ourselves. I have yet to describe the purpose of this podcast for those of you who might be confused. If you're not related to us, you probably haven't seen this podcast before. It's Nathan and I here. We're business geniuses, and we're lending our services out to you, the general public, so you can excel at business and in life. We can also, Nathan, I realize this, we're revenge specialists as well. I feel like on many of our podcasts, we've helped people get revenge.
Yeah, that's sort of a recurring theme.
Exactly.
Revenge, scams, flim-flams, vengeance. Yeah,
spite. Yeah,
these are all areas in which we excel.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're about to put our skills to use today, plotting a revenge for our soon-to-be dear friend, maybe third host on this podcast, the third podcast, Bob Chapek. Yeah, the former Disney CEO.
El Chapo himself?
El Chapulín. Yep, that's him. He tunneled his way out of that prison and climbed the ranks at Disney, and then he was ousted in disgrace. So, yeah, I think we got a good racket to pitch him, though, because we came up with some really brilliant ideas on how to hijack Steamboat Willie, put him into shoehorn him into a blockbuster public domain franchise and make his money back that way. So yeah.
Yeah, I think he's itching for revenge, and we're just the men to help him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm picturing him right now, like in a dimly lit alcove of his home, just swirling a snifter of cognac. Maybe there's a roaring fire behind him, and he's just fingers tented, just malevolent gaze. He's just waiting for this. So I imagine when he
He's
receives our
probably
email.
just clicking refresh on his email, hoping somebody will contact him and pitch him some ideas.
Any minute now. Yeah. He read The Secret and he was like, I'm just going to manifest to the universe that I'm going to receive a revenge plot in my email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are we to argue with the universe?
Yeah. You put it out there that you should get a perfectly crafted revenge plot. The universe is going to give it to you. The universe is generous.
It's just working through us.
Exactly. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Bob Chapek. So I did very little research today, Nathan, because well, actually, that's not true. I did a lot of research today, but I didn't find a heck of a lot. So the Bob Chapek story is kind of sad, though. So his tale is one of a constantly climbing trajectory, marked with basically 2 years of tumult and despair, marked at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is him. This looks like a last known photograph.
Also of Bigfoot. So.
Exactly.
Hairless Bigfoot Bob Chapek.
It's like, why can't they get a picture of him facing them? It's like, if you make, little known fact, if you make direct eye contact with Bob Chapek, he becomes enraged. Oh, it's the best one they can come up with.
We need to add that to his Wikipedia page.
Do not make eye contact with Bob Chapek. He will throw feces at you. Okay. So here's some interesting facts about Bob Chapek. He's a marketing guy. He worked in advertising. That's what I do, Nathan.
What?
I hope that he doesn't see this and I get blacklisted from my industry. Yeah. El Chapo, if you're watching this, please be kind.
He went from microbiology to brand management.
Yeah.
It's kind of an odd angle to take.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe he engineered some kind of nanobot that made it easy to manipulate people, and he used that to take over the business and corporate world. Entirely
I can see
possible.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jay Walter, man, that's a big shot. And then he joined Disney in '93. It didn't specify this, but his climb to prominence at Disney was marketing home entertainment, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS, things like this. I really want to know the involvement he had in the Disney vault, which I think is one of the most brilliant marketing scams ever.
That is a great scam.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids, it's going in the vault.
Yeah, it's locked away forever. Cry to your parents. They're the ones who don't love you enough to buy it for you.
You better buy it now. And then buy it again when it comes out of the vault.
Yeah. Speaking of which, remember that one time they brought out the Little Mermaid from the vault and the case was covered in wieners?
Yeah.
That was
a fun time.
Yeah. And then there was the thing where everyone was there's the old wives' tale that the wiener box is worth a lot of money somehow, and really it's not because everyone has one.
Yeah.
Your Little Mermaid wiener case isn't special.
No.
No. Yeah. So his trajectory was from home entertainment to consumer products. He did a lot of merchandising. He's kind of the guy who paved the way for the deal to secure the rights to Star Wars merchandise and Marvel merchandise, paving the way for them to like own them entirely. And then he also was the guiding light behind the guiding light. God, what the hell? My words don't work. He was the guy in charge of building Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is you've been there, right? Pretty immersive experience.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Does it go into it all the series of unsolved murders around Anaheim during this time he was at Disney?
No.
That suspiciously led to his rise.
Exactly. One after the other, all of his enemies died, one at a time. Yeah.
Until only him and Bob Iger were left. Like only one Bob can survive.
How are we certain that he's not a Highlander?
Yeah. I'm a little concerned about this.
Yeah, there was that story about a beheading in the Disney and Friends parking structure in a massive lightning storm. So
yeah,
it's entirely
we all
possible.
remember that.
Someone heard a screaming and all the windows of the cars were blown out. It was a great day. Yeah. So, anyways, so after this like seemingly meteoric rise to the top of Disney, he was appointed CEO on February of 2020. Can you imagine a worse time to be named a CEO of anything?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Something happened around that time.
Something. Yeah. No,
It escapes
Valentine's
me.
Day.
Oh yeah. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a rough time to be named CEO. Everyone's distracted by romance and chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, you can imagine like, so he's a guy who was the head of Parks and Resorts, named CEO February 2020. You're probably guessing that he's going to take his knowledge of theme parks and try to extend that. And you'd be correct. And that was a huge mistake because everything got shut down for, ever, it seemed like,
Yeah.
and nothing ever recovered. Yeah. So hang on one second. One moment. There we go. Now I can see. And now, and then compounding it, you had Florida's "Don't Say Gay" bill, to which it seemed like Disney funded a lot of the politicians that wrote that bill. And when Disney was criticized, Bob Chapek came out and was like, "Hey, this bill's not so bad. It's not. It's okay for us to be homophobic as a corporation," which made his employees upset. And eventually, he was ousted. Look at this though. His exit package was worth $23.4 million, which is great.
Yeah, that's quite a deal he brokered there. The golden parachute, if you will.
Oh yeah. And not just that, they also paid out his remaining 6.5 million in salary and his pension worth 16.9 million. So in theory, this guy could just coast for the rest of his life, sit on his porch, sip lemonade, and he's fine. But
Not El Chapo.
not El Chapo. No, it's a fire burning inside him. Here's something else that's interesting. It's kind of a footnote here. So I pulled up a little article here. So he's also being named in a lawsuit alleging fraudulent streaming statements, basically saying that he inflated subscriber counts for Disney Plus, which is great. There's a head-on picture. This is right before he attacked the cameraman.
Yeah. This is also the last known picture taken by the photographer. So.
Exactly. Yeah. It's got like a doll's eyes. Yeah. So that's everything I know. He was on a meteoric rise. It was looking like his star was never going to dim. Then a lot of bad things happened, made a few mistakes, got fired. And now we're here about to swoop in and fulfill his greatest dreams to get revenge. So this is what I started putting together. So I figured we would use Derek's help to write our letter again because this podcast is rapidly becoming Nathan and Landon torment AI.
Yeah.
So I put in a prompt here at the beginning where I said, let's create a hypothetical scenario in which Bob Chapek is ousted from Disney in disgrace. What are some revenge scenarios? And he's got a little bit silly. So I'll read a few of these. Maybe this might get some ideas going for us. So we have a mouse mutiny. Bob secretly creates a team of rogue animatronic Disney characters to go on strike. What? Imagine Mickey Mouse refusing to sing, Donald Duck refusing to quack, and Goofy hanging out with the cool kids instead. Chaos ensues, and the board left wondering what happened to their beloved characters.
I like that Goofy hangs out with the cool kids instead.
Yeah. I thought
Not
I
like
always
those
thought,
losers, Mickey and Donald.
I always thought Goofy was kind of cool. Like he was
Yeah.
kind of the cool rebel. Yeah. Derek's exposing himself for thinking Goofy's a dork.
Yeah. He's also never been to Disney because I don't think they have animatronic Disney characters like that. Those are people in costumes.
Yeah. Derek, come on. See, this is what we got to do. With our next GoFundMe is going to be to make Derek a real boy so we can take him to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd like that. Okay, so we got a few more ideas in here. All of these are pretty far-fetched. Bob goes full Disney villain and uses secret hidden spells to enchant attractions to make a teacup ride that never stops. And Derek does really like this idea of a haunted mansion with real ghosts. But I think we can push this a little further. So none of these are particularly good, I don't think. Sorry, Derek. You need a little bit of help. Oh my goodness. Like, actually, let's look at this one really quickly. Magic Mirror Mayhem. Bob creates sentient magic mirrors that reflect the board members' deepest, darkest secrets to the public. That's pretty good. Imagine a scandalous headline when those mirrors accidentally reveal board members' love of pineapple pizza, their secret fondness for catchy Nickelback songs, their immense collection of Justin Bieber merchandise. That
Derek's
could be
getting
it.
pretty silly there.
It's good. Derek.
Oh,
Derek.
Derek. That should be the new name of the podcast. Oh, Derek.
You're so cute. Yeah. So these are the beats I got. I figure we can just edit this together and then plug it into Derek and see what he comes out with. So we're Nathan and Landon, business geniuses and revenge experts. We're sorry you were recently ousted from Disney by your friends, colleagues, and mentors. Also, tough break, you're being sued by Disney shareholders and leadership for making misleading statements. On the other hand, congratulations on the millions of dollars in golden parachute money you received and not having to work another day in your life. And so we probably understand you're not the type to just sit idly by and enjoy retirement. You probably want revenge. That's where we come in. As we mentioned earlier, we're revenge experts. And as you may also be aware, the Steamboat Willie Mickey is about to become the property of the public domain. We feeling good so far?
Yeah. We can make something a little stronger because probably want revenge. No, he definitely wants revenge.
Yes. There we go. I like that. As you may be, so here at Nathan and Landon Industries, I went ahead and upgraded our business for some reason. We're Industries now.
Sure.
Is an idea factory. We have used advanced artificial intelligence technology to develop 4 incredible film treatments featuring public domain Mickey and a host of other public domain stars, including Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein, Sherlock Holmes, and Mark Twain, actual person. Our AI technology guarantees each of these franchises will break all box office records. Boffo BO, as industry insiders say. Humiliate your enemies and secure your position as top dog in the entertainment industry. And this is where I figure we could brainstorm a little bit. But first, is all this feeling okay? I feel like we should use Boffo BO another time at the end.
Yeah, we need to definitely hit that a couple times in the letter.
Yeah, I agree. So I figure we need at least $10 million in seed capital to bring our vision to life. Do we want to ask him for a blimp?
I've been dreaming about that blimp, man.
Dan Pena's blimp.
We need you to bare knuckle box Dan Payne for his blimp.
Oh, wait, I skipped ahead. Actually, do you want to see that? I'll tell you what this is really quickly. So I decided I wanted to try and use artificial intelligence because that's all I do these days.
Yeah.
To show like what Bob Iger and the Disney board would look like when they get news of what we're up to. And so I put into AI, give me a photograph of Bob Iger and the board of directors being just mortally terrified. And for some reason, the Bing one just put tigers in there. Every single image looks like this. Bob Iger surrounded by tigers. Oh,
Those are the metaphorical tigers of our revenge schemes.
exactly. I figured I'd show this to you now just in case we want to include tigers for some reason.
Just in case Bob Iger grows hair and loses a finger on each hand.
Yes. It's like AI is like, all right, what are high-powered entertainment executives afraid of more than anything else? Tiger attacks. So that's one. And then the other one that I got was this. So apparently this is like a child sitting at the head of the board of directors with some kind of massive Honey Nut Cheerios bee about to consume it. And they don't look so much terrified as they do bemused and delighted about what's happening here.
Yeah, they love watching this child be sacrificed to this mascot head.
Yeah. Yeah. So even though I did jump ahead, I figured, what the hell, this might stir up some ideas for us and what we want from Bob Iger. Yeah, okay, let's go over what we need. $10 million in seed capital. We need 10 million in seed capital. Dan Pena's blimp, which you will probably have to box him for.
at
Right.
his Scottish lair.
Dan Pena's Scottish lair. Again, you might need to fight him.
That could be our base of operations.
This is us getting revenge on Dan Pena for not writing us back.
Yeah. It's like a subplot, like revenge scheme we got. It's a twofer.
Yeah, you get something out of this, we get something out of this. We were
Yeah.
humiliated when Dan Pena didn't reply to our ghost email. All right. Maybe we can see if we can get him to buy the rights of some other film franchise that we can incorporate into our public domain things. He seems like he's really good at brokering merchandising agreements. What if we got him to get the rights to, like, say, I don't want to say Star Trek. We already talked about Star Trek earlier. My Little Pony.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yes. Film rights to Battlestar Galactica. Yep. I'm not even tell him what to do. He'll know what to do. He probably already has it. Who knows? Yeah. Let's see. So we're asking for 10 mil. Dan Pena's blimp. Dan Pena's Scottish lair. The film rights to Battlestar Galactica. I think I misspelled Galactica. There we go. Okay. some other fifth thing.
That's always fun to put on a list.
I don't know. Bike or something. Okay. All right. Then we'll say Derek. We'll say, well, Derek might give us some other ideas here. And then we'll say, conclude cordially. There we go. All right, let's see what Derek says with this. Does this sound okay?
I think we need to encourage Derek to use alliteration in here.
Oh, yes. Great idea. Okay. Okay, Derek. We're writing a letter to Bob L. Chapo Chapek. The outline is below. Please use it as a reference. All right, I can't spell. Also, use as much alliteration as possible throughout. Great. Let's see what we get here. Come on, Derek. All right. Dear Bob L. Chapo Chapek, we, Nathan and Landon, the dynamic duo of business genius and revenge expertise. Hey, there we go. Extend our condolences for your recent ousting at Disney. Those backstabbing friends, colleagues, and mentors surely underestimated your cunning. On the flip side, congratulations are in order for your golden parachute riches, allowing you to kick back and bask in a lifetime of leisure. We understand that retirement may not be your style. The fire of revenge burns within you, and we're here to stoke that flame. Brace yourself, for Nathan and Landon Industries have harnessed the power of advanced artificial intelligence, crafting 4 extraordinary film treatments, starring none other than Public Domain Mickey, alongside iconic figures like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein, Sherlock Holmes, and even legendary Mark Twain, an actual person. I'm kind of missing the alliteration here, but let's continue and see what we got.
Yeah.
All right. We understand. Here we go. Our AI technology guarantees these franchises will obliterate box office records, leaving your enemies red-faced and securing your dominance in the entertainment industry. We call this the BOFO plan, as industry insiders may or may not say. To make this grand endeavor a reality, we kindly request the following from your esteemed self. Approximately $10 million in seed capital, chump change for someone of your stature. Dan Pena's blimp, which, let's be honest, could use some relocation via boxing match. Dan Pena's exquisite Scottish lair, a prize that must be seized in hand-to-hand combat. The film rights to Battlestar Galactica, a crucial piece to complete our can't-miss cinematic puzzle. And finally, some sort of fifth thing for the sake of completing this list. Let's say a bicycle. That'll come in handy for our dramatic escapes. Rest assured, We shall conclude this correspondence cordially, as befits business geniuses and revenge enthusiasts of your caliber. Yours wickedly, Nathan and Landon.
I've never seen someone have a paragraph explaining that they're going to end the correspondence cordially. That's beautiful. Like, get ready. Here comes the end of this letter, but you're going to enjoy it.
I'm going to start doing this when I write emails. Yeah. You're approaching this end of the email. Do not be alarmed when the word stop.
Well done, Derek. I would not have come up with that on my own.
I know. I need to write like a TEDx talk. It's like, have you ever been reading an email and you're just startled and alarmed when it ends?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We all do.
You got to prepare people for that.
Otherwise, you just skid off the page. You might hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. Well, how's this looking? I think
pretty solid. He used a lot of our stuff very literally, so, and not as much alliteration as I would have liked, but
add much more alliteration. Also, use a more menacing tone. And a threat, and add a threat at the end. If he is thinking about not replying. Okay, let's see what he comes back with now. Oh, this is much better. Is it okay if I do another dramatic reading of this? I feel like the people at home who aren't using the visual medium need to hear this.
Yeah, there could be a lot of blind listeners we don't know about. So
exactly, probably most of them. All right, here we go. Dear Bob El Chapo Chapek, we, the wicked wordsmiths and vengeful visionaries, Nathan and Landon, extend our twisted sympathies for your unfortunate expulsion from the hallowed halls of Disney. Oh, the treachery of your supposed friends, colleagues, and mentors. But fret not, for karma has a wicked sense of humor. We cannot ignore the flash of delight in your eyes upon receiving those ill-gotten millions in the form of a golden parachute. Retirement beckons, but we sense a fiery hunger for retribution gnawing at your soul. Oh, this is good.
This is, I don't know what we've done here, but I love it.
I know. And I feel at least 3 times eviler reading this.
Yeah.
I feel like these words are like summoning some kind of ancient spell, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're affecting like a bit of an accent and sounding much more arch as you read it, because I feel like the word demands it. So.
It does, absolutely. Yeah.
You can't read this straight. We, the wicked wordsmiths and vengeful vision. No, it's no good.
Yeah, it comes from down here and the upper chest. All right, here we go. And here we are, ready to fan the flames of your desire. We, the masters of macabre machinations, have harnessed the hypnotic power of advanced artificial intelligence to produce four diabolically delightful film treatments. Picture this: public domain giant Mickey Mouse dancing devilishly alongside the eminent personas of Dr. Jekyll and his malevolent alter ego, Mr. Hyde, the monstrous creation of Frankenstein, the enigmatic detective Sherlock Holmes, and even the legendary scribe Mark Twain himself. Yes, an actual person. Astonishing. Oh, wow. Oh, it gets better. Our algorithms of abominable amusement guarantee these franchises will decimate all box office norms, laying waste to your foes and anointing you as the crowned ruler of the entertainment empire. This is no mere plan, Bob, but the most wicked of ploys, a carnival of chaos that we like to call the Boffo box office bloodbath bonanza. Industry insiders will quake at its mention. This is great. This is the subject line to the email.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. To breathe life into this malevolent dream, we beseech your illustrious self for the following: a trifling trifecta of 10 million in seed capital, a paltry sum for a man such as you, drowning in ill-gotten wealth. Dan Pena's pride and joy, the ravishing blimp, snatched victoriously through a savage showdown. The Scottish sanctuary of Dan Pena, the villainous lair perfect for hatching our nefarious schemes, which shall be claimed through treacherous combat.
I really like how it's laying out a quest for Bob to fulfill here.
I know. This is the worst hero's journey ever. It's like, yeah, we got a plan for you. But first, you have to beat up this old man and take his blip in his castle. Yeah. So lastly, okay, so we need the cherished film rights to Battlestar Galactica, an indispensable piece to our wicked puzzle. And yeah, and the fifth thing, an arbitrary object that shall serve as a symbol of your submission. Let us say the very bones of your enemies. A fitting choice indeed. How did we go from a bicycle to the bones of his head?
That's quite a leap Derek took there. Oh, it's a bicycle. No, the bones of your enemies. You will crush them under your heel.
Oh goodness, I feel like I should be wearing a cloak and be wearing some kind of medallion to read this. I feel like,
sure.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got to get to the end part here because I need to know what the threat is that Derek added to this.
Yeah.
Okay. Let it be known, Bob, that failure to heed this summoning shall bring forth the darkest repercussions. For in the shadows, we hold sinister leverage that can unleash ruin upon your world. Consider this a not so subtle threat, a glimpse into the ferocious power we possess. In closing, we anticipate your compliance with a twisted delight. But remember, darkness lurks in our hearts, waiting to be unleashed should you defy us. A word to the wise, choose your path wisely, for your destiny teeters upon the razor's edge. Malevolently yours, Nathan and Landon. Wow. Wow, Nathan.
This
This
is
is art.
this is cinematic.
This is, oh goodness. So if we send this, will we go to jail?
I think Derek might go to jail.
let's ask Derek to do. Thanks, Derek. Please email this to Bob Chapek. Let's see what he says. Oh, he can't do emails. All right, let's see. What's Bob Chapek's email?
El Chapo at
Let's just send it to bobchapek@gmail.com. I bet that's him. Hang on one second. Let me pull up a Gmail window really quickly. What do you think? What do you think would happen if we just fired off an email to bobchapek@gmail.com?
I think we still need to edit your brothers in Christ.
Yes. Oh, definitely. bobchapek@gmail.com. Important business proposal. There we go. And then we go ahead and copy this. And then we paste this. Oh no, that won't do. We can't have that kind of formatting on our business email, Nathan.
You won't understand how professional and serious we are about this.
Exactly. There we go. Format this. Thrill viewers and listeners as I format an email to Bob El Chapo Chapek. All right, great. So we got this, and then we are going to say, but we can't say malevolently yours because that's not what we do.
Yeah.
Your malevolent brothers in Christ. There we go. Perfect. All right. Okay, great. I hope Derek's okay after all this. All right. All right, here we go. Ready? Should we do a countdown before I click send? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh no.
Wait, no. All right, let's well, it went to someone.
Yeah.
So now we just play the waiting game. And also I feel like we gotta just look at this again, our Dan Pena email, just because this sign off makes me laugh every time I think about it. We are a team of big, weak man babies. Wham.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. Well, Nathan, I like to think we made a difference today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we're going to give a glimmer of hope to a sad man, and we're going to finally get Dan Pena's blimp.
That Bob's going to deliver on this one for sure. So this quest that we've laid out for him, he wouldn't dare challenge us with the not so subtle threats that we've laid at his doorstep.
I know, exactly. He's probably hopping on his private jet right now to go track down Dan Pena. This does feel like a fantasy novel, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, Nathan, thank you as always for joining me this week and harassing people who are infinitely more talented and powerful than we are. One of these days, one of them are going to write back to us. Who have we written to so far? We've written to Mel Gibson. We've written to Callie Muscle. We've
what's Geo is what we called him. I can't remember his actual.
Oh, the guy who owns the for-profit prison.
Yeah,
never heard back from him. Nobody's written us back yet. The only person who's written us back so far, RC Cola.
RC Cola. Bunch of cowards, except for RC Cola.
I know. Well, I think this is the one, though. I think this is the one. I think it went to somebody. It's in their inbox right now. I think we're going to get a response. I'm going to manifest that to the universe.
Maybe if we laid out more epic quests for Dr. California Muscle, then he would have written us back.
Dr. California Muscle. Cali Muscle, there is a treasure map printed on the inside of the label of the creatine you're currently consuming. Peel it back and follow the steps.
Yeah.
That should be our new podcast theme, is us just like outlining quests for people.
With too much time on their hands. Here's a quest for you.
Nathan and Landon send people on a quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been a great boondoggle for us. I feel like this we're going to make some money off this one. And next week, we're going to open up an entirely new business. And also, do you know what I realized, Nathan?
What's that?
I think this marks the 1 year since we started wasting our time doing this.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So for all the 20 people who have followed us along the way, dislike this video and tell us something.
That dislike button.
Smash that dislike button. Say something hateful in the comments. And we'll see you next time. As always.
It's not going to get better.
It's not. No, it's going to get worse. Derek's going to get arrested, and he's the only one bringing any good ideas to this equation.
Yeah, he's kind of become like the supporting member of our trifecta. Like, yeah, we're all just drifting off of Derek's genius here. So
exactly. Oh, do you know what I just realized? The tiger image that's in there. It's because I said show a picture of Bob Iger and the Disney board being terrified. I'm sure they thought it was a typo and thought I meant tiger.
You might have a point there, yeah.
Oh, artificial intelligence. I just solved the mystery. All right. And so until we find a new CEO to harass and send on a quest next week, thank you for joining us. I have been Landon.
I continue to be Nathan.
And have a great week, America. Send us a note, write us a letter, tell your mom hi. All right. See ya.